everybody, Lord Maim here again with part 8 of the Mass Effect 3 Insanity walkthrough. This is Attican Traverse, Krogan Team. This is the first of the 2 optional missions that you'll receive at the beginning of Priority to Tuchanka. This one will come from the Primarch. If you do not complete this mission within 3 missions of receiving it, it will disappear from your menu, locking out your Unwavering trophy. Much like the N7 and side missions, these have a time limit for when they'll be available to be completed. And counting the Priority to Tuchanka mission and the other N7 mission you receive around the same time, effectively, if you don't complete them in the order I've given them, it's unlikely that you'll actually be able to complete them all. So be sure to complete these missions before any priority missions, just to make sure that you don't miss any of them for your Unwavering trophy. Right at the beginning there'll be a little side room where you can get some power-ups before you move ahead and talk to Grunt to trigger a long conversation and the next area. Move up into this next room to trigger a cinematic. You'll have a unlikely survival from this fall and then proceed with the mission from there.
Everyone all right?
Shepard!
Most of this mission is fairly linear, so I will skip over large portions of the mission where you're strictly moving through tunnels and using a picked up Firestorm heavy weapon, which you'll use to blow through large walls of webbing that block off the tunnel. So just continue on through the area. There'll be several spore pods that you'll have to destroy as well, which explode if you get too close to them. Be wary of those, but they will disintegrate after a little bit of fire from the Firestorm, but they also explode, so stand well back when you actually do so.
What are those?
I don't know.
As you can see, they will, at a single shot, basically blow through your shield, so stand well back when destroying them. Use a singularity, maybe from Liara, that also works as well. All you'll need to do is destroy enough to get through, and then continue on with the mission. Feel free to use the Firestorm to destroy any webbing you see on the sides of the areas where you might pick up some equipment, because the Firestorm isn't very useful in combat, although you might think by the nature of this level that it would be a very useful thing to use against the Rachni. I would actually recommend not even bothering to use it. Your regular powered up weapons are far more effective in these situations. This will be your first encounter with the Ravager, which is a essentially mobile heavy weapon. They fire in a very predictable pattern, however. If you stay behind cover, they'll fire in groups of 3. Also, you'll see in these areas barrier generators, just like the one I just destroyed. Make sure to wipe them out first, as soon as you enter the area, or if possible, before you enter the area. That one in particular, I could have hit from the upper area before triggering this wave. However, I didn't notice it until I had jumped down already. The next area you'll see, I'll show you how to spot these ahead of time and destroy them before entering the area. The reason being that any enemy that goes by a barrier generator will layer them with another level of the special protection on top of their armor or health if they already have it. They will also receive a barrier, which on something like a Ravager could be deadly. But honestly, on any enemy, husks if they're charging you, making them more difficult to kill, cannibals giving them additional durability on top of maybe any armor they might pick up from eating fallen enemies, so effectively, as quickly as possible, destroy the barrier generator. If there is one in your area, it should be your first target 100% of the time.
Grunt, Rachni presence confirmed. Modified and very dangerous.
Pick up a Firestorm in the area, then proceed through the area. It's entirely linear. You'll have to continue until you reach one of these Reaper nodes, which any type of gunfire will trigger. And that will remove any kind of armored areas. Further on, there'll be a single husk which charges you out of nowhere in this area. But your next major encounter will be at this next drop down. Before you do drop down, pull out your sniper rifle and look off in the distance just to the left of the wall. You'll see this barrier generator. If you can pick it off with your sniper rifle, no enemies will spawn, and you won't have to worry about anything getting a barrier layer. Before you move into the area and trigger the spawn, set your team up, because immediately you'll want to rush over here to the right, where there's some high cover. You'll be a little bit closer to the Ravager this time. If you can pick it off with your sniper rifle, so much the better, but otherwise stay in cover and follow its 3-shot pattern to hit it with your assault rifle. If you can hit it with a warp ability to reduce the effectiveness of the armor, so much the better. Keep an eye out though for the husks behind you. If your squad doesn't happen to take care of the ones that are coming in from the left, you might be pinned. I nearly was in a couple of moments when I get charged by these husks on the right. Just keep an eye on your area by using the menu, pardon me, the radar. If you look at the bottom right hand corner of the screen, when you bring up your radials, you'll see anything in the area, and keep an eye out for enemy ambush. With that Ravager dead, the remainder of this wave is fairly simple. Just a couple of cannibals left to take care of in the normal way, using Lyra's Singularity and your assault rifle. Pick up any ammo you find in this immediate area before proceeding, because there will be another encounter almost immediately upon leaving this area. Carefully advance and look straight ahead between the 2 columns there. You can see on the rock in the center of the area another barrier generator. So destroy that barrier generator first, then proceed slightly more into the area to trigger the spawn. See, it's not too much further from where I was. The Ravagers spawn swarmers, which are tiny cockroach-looking creatures. They're effectively infinite for as long as the Ravager is present in the level. They're not terribly difficult to kill. If they happen to get anywhere near you, though, 1 or 2 of them will easily blow through your shields and heavily damage you. So if you're getting anywhere near you, you can use a melee attack or try to back up while using the assault rifle to pick them off, but you do not want to let them get close to you and jump on you. In any kind of numbers, you'll pay a significant price, particularly while under enemy fire at the same time. If you find yourself having trouble while closed in, you can easily back off to the other end of the area and continue to use the tall cover to cheat the corner, allowing you to hit them from safety. But I found that there wasn't enough enemies to really pose a significant problem, so I didn't have to withdraw. Pick up any ammo you can find, then proceed down this ramp into the next area, and again I will skip ahead. Eventually you'll run into the Krogan team under fire from the Rachni. You'll have to go through this webbing area and then trigger a Reaper node at the bottom, which will allow the shielded area to drop down, and you'll reunite with Grunt and his team.
We're close, Grunt. Those barriers were protecting whatever's down that passage.
We'll dig in here, kill anything that moves. Buy you some time.
Good luck.
I don't need luck. I have ammo.
Mama's little babies all grows up. Continue on, and eventually you'll crawl through a low tunnel into the central chamber, where you'll see a large number of Reaper barriers come up, preventing you from progressing into the area. There'll be a series of Reaper nodes that you'll have to activate in order to drop each barrier, allowing you to continue further and further towards the Queen. Once the cinematic is done, if you look up and to the right, you'll see the node high up on the wall. shoot it with an assault rifle or a sniper rifle, and you'll trigger the fifth wave, or the fifth encounter. This will be a short wave with some cannibals, husks, and a ravager in the background. Try to use singularity again to do crowd control so the husks don't charge you. The second you start taking fire from the ravager, drop back into cover and hit it from safety. With its predictable 3-shot pattern, you should be able to take care of it without any trouble. Just drop into cover when it starts to fire on you. Also, depending on its position, because of this rock that's in the way, you might be able to hit it without it hitting you. If it goes off to the right, you can just shoot it in the lower legs that peek out from under that overhang. Try to keep your squad back. In this level, they have a bad tendency of charging into trouble, particularly where the Ravager is firing at them. If they're in the open, they can die very easily, forcing you to waste metagel rather than breaking cover yourself. The Ravager's laser sighting makes things easier. You'll know exactly when it's aiming at you or one of your squad mates, and give you an idea of when it's about to hit you with its 3-shot pulse. Pick up any ammo that's in the area, then move ahead to the Reaper node. Activate it using whatever weapon you happen to have. The next encounter is triggered by using the node. There'll be an immediate rush of husks, which you can easily grab in a single batch if you can hit them as soon as they appear, which will make your life a little bit easier for crowd control. The Ravager this time will spawn a lot closer to you, so you'll want to take it out almost right away. Use the singularity to keep busy any of the smaller enemies that happen to be in the area, and focus your fire on the Reaper, or the Ravager, as much as possible. Depending on which direction it goes in, it may close on you and be able to hit your squad easily, so you may be more on your own towards the end of the area. But again, once the Ravager is down, the remainder of the wave is very, very simple. As always, singularity is always great for popping enemies out of cover or just for crowd control purposes in narrow areas like this. Continue on to the next Reaper node once you've gathered all your ammunition. Be aware that in this next encounter immediately on the left there will be another barrier node, so try to take that out as quickly as you can. Again, you can use the terrain to your advantage. This sloping wall allows you to hit the Ravager before it can hit you. Unfortunately, it did get a layer of barrier in my playthrough, so again, that's why you want to hit it as quickly as possible, the barrier node, when it comes in, the barrier generator. Try to stick behind cover, use singularity to incapacitate the enemies.
I'm on it. Right away. I'm on it.
And again, once all enemies have been killed, gather up any ammunition in the area and proceed to the next Reaper node. This will immediately trigger another wave of enemies with 2 Ravagers. I'm going to admit in advance that I could have done this battle a lot more skillfully. However, you'll see I do the best with what I have. Immediately I toss out a frag grenade along with a proximity mine and a couple other powers. Garrus goes down almost immediately. All the enemies are coming from one direction, so you can basically stay behind cover and hit these ravagers. Just stick down behind this short piece of cover and use Liara's singularity ability to do crowd control on any of the smaller enemies. Take out the ravagers first. The swarmers will pop up over the little lip there. They'll jump up and try to attack you, so be ready for them. But otherwise, just stay behind cover, and after you're getting your 3-hit attack from the ravager, pop out and hit it. Try to take out both of them as quickly as you can. I've already taken out the first one. One thing I didn't do in this battle, because of, I guess, the chaos, was use Adrenaline Rush, which I should have. Because not only does it make your shots more accurate with the time dilation effect, in addition it will also give you a damage bonus to all of your attacks. So automatically that should be, as a soldier, one of your most commonly used powers. However, I still managed to get by without it, without too much trouble, and without having to waste too many metagels in the process. Again, here's what I'm talking about. Liara has a tendency to charge when she shouldn't. Try to give her squad commands to bring her back wherever possible. The Singularity is also very good at taking out swarmers. Any swarmers that go into the area of the Singularity are pretty much instantly killed. And once the enemies in this final attack have been killed, the Rachni will retreat, allowing you to proceed to the Queen. Depending on your actions over the last couple of games, in Mass Effect 1, if you'd release the Rachni Queen, you can actually recruit her, and she will remain loyal to you. Depending on your situation with Grunt, if you had Grunt in Mass Effect 2 and he was loyal at the end of that game and survived the suicide mission, he'll appear in this mission and also be available to reconstitute the Arlac Company after they cover the Queen's escape. If you have both of these situations, the Queen will escape, you will have Arlac Company, you'll have both sets of war assets once the mission is complete.
Are you capable of fighting the Reapers?
However, if you had killed the Queen in Mass Effect 1, in this mission, the Rachni will actually have created an artificial Queen, which will, at some point during the mission, desert you, and actually will reduce the effectiveness of several other war assets as well after their departure. So choose what you want to do in this mission carefully. Either way, the mission will end after this cinematic, allowing you to proceed with the game. And again, if Grunt was loyal, he will also survive his suicide charge at the end of this mission, allowing him to be a separate war asset. Well, that's the end of Part 8, Attican Traverse Krogan Team. Join us again for Part 9, N7 Cerberus Abductions. Until then, I'm Lord Maim. Thanks for watching.